Hello everyone, today we are going to talk about a drama film called Who's Watching Oliver from 2017. Enjoy your viewing. Oliver is a shy, introverted man who has moved to Thailand from the United States after taking his pills and pulling out his laptop. He contacts his mother, who controls his son's every move. The woman is happy to see Oliver. She asks how he is settling in. At the same time, she is not very pleased with the boy's appearance and asks him to fix it. During the next video call the next morning, Oliver begins his adult and independent life. He is thousands of kilometers away from his mother. The young man tidies up, shines his shoes, and picks out a perfectly ironed shirt. Oliver plans to go for a walk at some point. Oliver notices a cat on the doorstep. He chases it away but soon regrets it because he would like to feed the animal and take care of it a little. Later, the shy boy goes for a walk and takes an old camera with him. Oliver is trying to get used to the new city. The boy's special attention is drawn to the park where he sits on a bench and watches other people's lives in the evening. Oliver goes to the nearest bar and looks at the beautiful girls with interest while talking to himself and thinking about a plan to meet girl. He notices a beautiful woman drinking alone. She turns him down because she's not drunk enough to meet him, but he invites her to his house. Promising her a forbidden substance, the girl agrees because she doesn't mind having fun and recharging a little once at Oliver's house. She gets what she was hoping for and manages to use the powder, but suddenly she realizes that the guy has deceived her. It turned out that the modest man was a real psychopath, and instead of a fun evening, the girl was in for a real nightmare after contacting her mother. Oliver deliberately drugged the girl and tied her to the table. The boy's mother likes to watch other people suffer and forces her son to take advantage of a defenseless girl having done his dirty work. Oliver kills the unfortunate girl with a knife and thus pleases his crazy mother. At the end of the conversation, the woman asked her son to be more restrained, so that the next time the spectacle would not be so short-lived. After the video call with his mother, Oliver apologizes to the girl, although she doesn't care anymore because she is already in the other world. He is forced to do all this because his mother makes him do it and she constantly manipulates him. Oliver would like to stop his crimes for a long time, but he is unable to contradict the elderly woman. Later, Oliver gets rid of the evidence by washing the blood off the floor and walls in the bathroom. Using a saw and other tools at hand, he disposes of the girl's body, then takes the bags to the backyard and drowns them in a barrel of acid. The next day is no different from the previous one, except that now Oliver has a cat that he has to feed after a walk around the city. He goes to the park and takes the same bench as always. At some point, a girl walking nearby notices him. She decides to get to know the shy guy. The girl tells him about her dreams, and thus she is able to interest Oliver with her extraordinary story. Despite this, he keeps to his usual schedule and goes home after saying goodbye to the stranger upon his return. Oliver undresses, takes pills, and contacts his mother. He again tries to comfort her. Pride, but the woman is tired today and she is not in a good mood. That's why their conversation was short. Finally disposing of the evidence, Oliver takes the bones of the last victim from the barrel and puts them in bags, which he, later, drowns in a nearby river. A little later, he paints pictures that distract him from his dirty deeds, recalling his difficult childhood. Oliver tells the cat that his parents were real monsters. Once his father set his son on fire, and his mother saved him by killing her husband. From that moment on, he owes his life to his mother, and he cannot dare to contradict her, although the boy should not become a monster like her. The next morning, Oliver meets the charming stranger again and learns that her name is Sophia. The girl again tells him about her dreams and tries to arouse his interest in her. She doesn't like his hairstyle, so Sophia ruffles Oliver's hair, making his appearance less miserable. Upon returning home, the boy decides to talk to his mother and ask her about the dreams, but the irritated woman yells at him and ends the conversation prematurely. Oliver goes on another date with Sophia. The date began with the girl giving Oliver an amazing bracelet in love and drugged by the girl's beauty. Oliver is ready to follow her anywhere, breaking his rules. He spends time with Sophia riding a catamaran and other attractions. It was a great date during which Oliver realizes that he no longer wants to destroy girls for his mom's entertainment. He is ready to start a new life in the evening. He rehearses a dialogue with his mother in front of the mirror, in which he wants to tell her about his feelings and renounce violence. Soon Oliver gets on the phone with his mother. From the first minutes, he is confronted with her aggressive reaction to what is happening. The mother is outraged by her son's hairstyle, the bracelet on his arm, and the fact that he is still dressed. The woman is literally obsessed with Oliver, and because there are no girls, The mother forces him to do dirty things with himself in front of the camera. Not satisfied, the mother forces her son to go in search of an Asian girl and gives him a few hours to solve the problem. Oliver cannot contradict his mother, and he takes a girl of easy virtue with the right looks. He shows his mother a naked beauty. Do you want to see part 2 of this video? Subscribe to the channel and comment part 2. Thanks for watching. I would see you at part 2. And then does his dirty work again for her amusement during their next date. Sophia notices that Oliver seems upset and in no mood at all. She tries to talk to him, and he confesses that his mother is terrible, and he is tired of her control. Sophia understands perfectly well what it is like to have parents who control everything, because she grew up in a sect and she is used to suffering. Her family is still trying to control her life and tell her what to do, but she is striving for independence and she does not want to be dependent on her family. Sophia hopes to find happiness with Oliver. The guy realizes that he is terrible and unworthy of such a beautiful woman, and that's why he runs away. He does not realize that Sophia has decided to follow him in the evening. Oliver is a little late for a video call and forgets to take his pills in a conversation with his mother. He confesses that he has fallen in love with a girl and no longer wants to kill. The mother is outraged by this situation because she is the only one who needs him. The woman is sure that Sophia will run away from him if she finds out that Oliver is a psychopath and a murderer again. Persuading her son, the mother forces him to bring his beloved girl home and kill her in front of his mother. Oliver agrees and hurries to the nearest bar to find some beautiful girl and tell his mother that it is Sophia. Suddenly, he experiences an attack of hallucinations and realizes that he cannot adequately get to know the girl. The guy takes a wad of dollar bills out of his pocket. One of the visitors fell for the money and agreed to go to his place. Not knowing how it would end for her, Oliver takes the first girl he meets and calls her Sophia. The guy starts to go crazy and loses control of himself because he hasn't taken his pills at one point. He attacks the girl, and after talking to her mother, he finishes off the stranger, putting her out of her misery. The next day, Oliver and Sophia met again in the park. The guy is in a depressed mood, and the girl tells him about her next dream. In her dream, she saw him with his mistress. Oliver says that this is impossible, and Sophia agrees with him because yesterday she was watching the guy all night when she saw him in the arms of another woman. She wanted to kill them both, but then Oliver drowned the girl's body parts in a barrel of acid, and Sophia was even amused. She's not afraid of what the boy does, and she is ready to accept him as he is because she cannot imagine her life without Oliver. In addition, Sophia understands how close people can control his life. Hearing these words, the guy finds himself in a difficult situation after their next date. Oliver decides to end his old life. He does not answer his mother's calls the next morning. He rushes to meet Sophia, but the girl does not show up in the park. Oliver waits for Sophia all week. He sits there from morning to evening, but the girl does not come. Oliver takes it very hard and becomes depressed. He feels betrayed and deceived. Soon he loses control of himself and calls his mother again to tell her that Sophia has left him. The cunning woman reminds her son that his mother is the only person who loves him. She even destroyed her husband in order to save Oliver, realizing that no one needs him but his mother. The psychopath with glasses goes back to his dirty work every day. He brings home naive and trusting girls whom he destroys in front of his mother to please her one of these days. Sophia appears on the threshold of Oliver's house. She is not at all afraid of the guy in the bloody apron with the saw because she loves him and wants to be with him. Sophia disappeared because of problems with her family, but she managed to escape because love is stronger than shackles. Oliver's mother sees what is happening and demands that the girl be destroyed, but her son does not give in to her persuasion and ends the video call by closing the laptop a little later. The couple makes love next to the body of the destroyed girl. Everything seems to be fine, but after a while, Oliver runs out of pills during another psychotic attack. He calls his mother and obeys her once again, obsessed. Oliver grabs a knife and kills his beloved Sophia, and that's where the movie ends. If you have watched the video so far, you should know that I am happy.